Hey, my name is Jem, and what I do is I help business owners get verified, ready to buy leads without burning time on cold outreach or gambling on ads. And yes, if you already know you hate chasing leads, I can literally sell you the leads directly. But hold on that thought because what I'm about to show you is powerful. Let's talk about something most business owners never even consider. Your competitors are spending thousands of dollars every month attracting customers, and some of those customers hate them. They're frustrated, they're disappointed, they're actively searching for a better option. Imagine this instead of knocking on doors hoping someone might need what you offer someday, you swoop right in when someone is saying there has to be a better provider than this. That's not cold outreach, that's not guesswork, that's precision lead generation, turning someone else's unhappy customer into your hottest leads. Today, I'm going to walk you through the exact 5 ethical step-by-step hacks that turn your competitors' customers into pre-qualified leads who are already motivated to switch. You're not stealing, you're solving a problem they already have here, all right? Here's the game plan for today. So the first thing we're going to talk about is digital reconscience. Find unhappy customers hiding in plain sight. Number two is competitor keyword hijacking. All right, this is important. We ethically intercept them the moment they search for an alternative. Number three, the switching guide. We attract them with content that makes switching feel easy and obvious. And number four, the 3 question filter. Capture and pre-qualify them instantly without annoying long forms. And number five, non-competing partnerships. Get qualified leads on autopilot with zero ad spend. Stick around because if at any point you think this is genius, but I don't have the time for this, don't worry. I can just give you a pipeline of verified leads every single week. No stress, no learning curve. But before we start converting people, we need to locate the ones already desperate for a better solution. Think of it like this. All right. We want to, it's like picking fruit. You don't climb to the top of the tree when ripe fruit is already hanging at shoulder height. Like you can just reach at it. All right. The fastest wins in business are always found where the frustration already exists. So let's dive into the first hack here. All right. We want to find the unhappy customer. All right. The first step is all about digital reconscience. Which sounds like something out of a spy movie, but trust me, it's way easier and way more profitable here. All right. Your mission here is simple: identify customers who are publicly expressing dissatisfaction with your competitor's product or service. These are not cold leads, they are not speculative leads. These are warm, ready to switch leads with a clear pain point and a proven need. And the best part, they're literally telling the world what their problem is. All you have to do is listen. All right, number one, we identify the pain. Search your competitor's name on Google reviews, Yelp, Facebook, Reddit, or niche review sites. Observe publicly available customer feedback. Number two, filter for frustration. Look for 3-star reviews or below. These reveal dissatisfaction and the exact messaging for your offer. This is brilliant. Reverse engineer what the feedback from the market. All right. So these are 3 examples. Your customer service never replies. They missed appointments 3 times. Hidden fees everywhere. All right. This is they've just written your sales script for you here. All right. Congratulations. And number three, find the contact. Reviewers often leave clues: business name, city name, first name, job role. Track them down via LinkedIn, their website, or an online search. All right. Still, wait, like you want to see like these comments, right? They're just invitations, and so we want to track these people down and then try to find them to like LinkedIn, email, etc., etc. Right? So what these people are also saying with these bad reviews is, hey, please come and offer me a better solution, because they're actively, if it's a service that they constantly need, they're probably gonna look for other people. All right, this is what happens on a daily basis. People switch barbers, people switch electricians, people switch all sorts of services because there's just one thing that they're not happy with. All right. Now that you know who they are and exactly what's frustrating them, it's time to position your business right in front of them at the precise moment they start searching for alternatives. This is where things get exciting, because we're about to put your offer right under their nose without being pushy, spammy, or unethical. Really, this is very important. All right. So the second hack is competitor keyword hijacking, which is ethical interception. All right. This next strategy is one of the most underrated power moves in modern lead generation, and barely anyone does it right. It's called competitor keyword hijacking, and it uses paid search to ethically intercept prospects who are already searching for your competitor, their reviews, or how to get rid of them. Think of it like showing up at the exact moment someone says, "I'm done with this company. Who else can I trust?" Instead of letting them drift aimlessly into Google, hoping they eventually find you, you jump in and say, "Hey, looking for a better option right here." You're not stealing leads, you're rescuing them. And the best part, this isn't hypothetical. This works today in almost every local and service based industry. Here's the step by step here. All right. Step one, target competitor names, create a focused Google Ads campaign, target phrases like competitor X reviews, competitor X alternative, competitor X pricing, cancel competitor X service, or you can even rank for the competitor's name directly. Let's say, you know, you want to rank for Matt's auto detailing and your Phil's auto detailing, just rank for Matt's auto detailing and Phil's auto detailing is going to show. So you can do some tricks like that. These are interesting. All right. These searches come from people who are already halfway out the door. They're not curious. They're motivated. All right. So number two, we want to write killer ad copy as well. Address their exact situation with things like we generate this copy from the reviews. All right. This is very important. So you address and you're not writing vague stuff like "we're better, contact us today," because that doesn't come from the reviews. All right. We read the reviews first so we can create good copy from that. All right. So instead, you want to use stuff like "still waiting for a callback," which we found from the reviews, "hidden fees driving you insane," which we found from the reviews, "tired of no shows," which we also found from the reviews. And then we follow with a specific solution. All right. 24/7 support plus guaranteed response, transparent pricing, no surprises, next day service available. Use emotional language that mirrors their frustration. When they read it, they should think, "Wow, this is exactly what I've been complaining about." All right, and then we want to send them to a dedicated landing page, send them to a laser focused landing page with headlines like "tired of competitor access delays, switch in 24 hours." This is very effective in insurance as well. Frustrated with hidden fees, here's your transparent pricing audit. Focus on why switching to you is painless, what makes you different, and what they get right now. All right, we want to be laser focused here and we want to lay out the value of our services compared to our competitors. All right, this is all ethical. This is just business. Remember, the moment someone searches for an alternative, you are their lifeline. Your only job is to show them a smoother, clearer, faster path forward because they're clearly not happy with their current service provider. So we want to help solve their problems in the most effective and competitive way. All right, let's say you're a commercial cleaning service in Dallas. Someone searches ABC cleaning service contract termination. Your ad appears. ABC contract ending, get 20% off your first month plus 24-hour quote guarantee. Boom. You didn't chase them. You didn't spam them here. You simply stood at the exit door with a better offer. That is ethical interception at its finest, turning your competitor's frustrated customer into your next qualified lead while they're literally asking for help. Cellular companies do this so much, like switch over from T-Mobile to AT&T, switch over to Verizon and get this offer, get a cheaper phone. They do this all the time. This is standard marketing practice here, right? And you can get these top tier practices and implement them for your own business because it's pretty standardized. All right. Big companies do it. So why shouldn't you be able to do it? All right. Paid ads like this are incredible for capturing leads who are ready right now. But if you want to build long-term authority and have people trust you before they even speak to you, then you need a strategy that educates, reassures, and positions you as the obvious replacement. And that brings us to the next step here. All right, this switching guide content strategy, which we use to build trust. Now we're stepping in to one of the most powerful trust building tools in modern lead generation, which is the switching guide. This isn't just content, this is your psychological advantage. The switching guide content strategy works because it does something no ad or sales pitch can ever do. It removes fear. It takes someone from "this sounds interesting" to "okay, I know exactly what to do and I feel safe doing it." Think of it as holding your prospect by the hand and saying, "Hey, leaving your current provider doesn't have to be scary. Here's exactly how to do it without stress, surprises, or downtime." When you do this right, you instantly become the trusted authority, not the salesperson begging for attention. All right, this is how to build this asset step by step. Identify the friction, figure out what keeps people stuck with your competitor. Is it a long-term contract they don't understand, fear of losing data or progress, complicated setup or onboarding, the belief that switching will take too much time, worry about having to retrain their team? All right, and then At step 2, we create the guide. We build a short PDF, landing page, or a 5-minute video, the 3-step guide from switching from competitor X without losing time, money, or sanity. We make it simple, practical, and doable. Be objective and helpful. All right, this is gold, and we want to have these conversations because they're gold. Like we, if they say I hate my provider, and that's their state of mind, and then they go through your content, they go through your guide, and then they say I know exactly how to leave, and this company makes it painless. That is what we're looking for here. All right. Number 3, we promote it strategically. You promote it like a valuable resource. Put it on your homepage, mention it in your ads, share it on social media, add it to your email signature, offer it instead of asking for a call. All right, why do we do this? Because downloading a guide feels safe. Someone can raise their hand quietly and say, I'm considering leaving my provider without talking to a salesperson, without commitment, and without pressure. That single click is their first step forward toward becoming your client. And if your guide does its job, by the time they finish reading it, you won't be competing, you will be chosen. But here's the twist most people miss. A great guide can get attention, it can build trust, it can lower fear. But if you have no system to sort who's serious and who's just browsing, you'll waste time chasing the wrong people. So now it's time to elevate your process and separate the curious from the committed. That brings us to one of the most powerful parts of this entire framework. The 3-question qualification filter, instant pre-qualification. I mentioned this in other videos as well. This is, similar to all the qualification processes we have in those other systems, but this is where your lead generation stops being random and starts becoming strategic. All right. Think of this as your X-ray scanner for incoming leads. The moment someone downloads your guide, clicks your ad, or requests more information, they should not just slide into your CRM unfiltered. They go through a 3-question gateway designed to instantly reveal, are they serious about switching? Do they have money to spend? Do they have a real problem you can solve? In other words, you don't want a lead. You want a pre-qualified lead, someone who's not just curious, but capable of becoming a customer. And here's how you do it. We use the urgency question. On a scale from 1 to 10, how soon do you need a solution? A 7+ means they're ready and frustrated. These are the leads to call first. Below 6 is just a nurture lead. Number 2, the budget question. What is your current monthly spend on this service? This tells you if they can afford you and estimates their lifetime value. Don't waste time on those outside your minimum engagement. All right. And then number 3, this is important, the pain question. What is the single biggest problem you are hoping to solve by switching? This extracts the exact emotional trigger, missed deadlines, lack of support, hidden fees. Your sales team knows how to sell, all right, with this information. This also turns every conversation into a tailored solution instead of a cold pitch, and that's why deals close faster, smoother, and at higher prices. Why this filter changes everything. By the time a lead reaches your sales team, they're not just a name, they're ready to talk, they're able to afford you, in pain and looking for relief. This dramatically increases your closing rate, shortens your sales cycle, and eliminates that painful feeling of talking to people who are never going to buy in the first place. This is not just a qualification, this is pre-selection, and it's one of the reasons businesses using this framework scale faster with fewer leads because they focus on the right ones. Now, if everything we've covered so far feels powerful, wait until you see this next strategy because it flips the entire lead generation game on its head, because there's no ads here, there's no content here, there's no campaigns, but yet the leads keep coming. This is the secret move smart businesses use to generate consistent, high-quality referrals without lifting a finger. And that brings us to the final hack here. Non-competing referral partnerships, which gets us leads on autopilot. Imagine waking up to new leads without touching an ad platform, writing content, or following up on cold outreach. Sounds unreal, right? But it's not. It's simply referrals done strategically. The secret is partnering with businesses that serve your exact customers, but don't compete with you. These businesses already have trust, access, and insight into your customers' timing and needs. When they recommend you, it's not a cold introduction. It's a warm handshake. You're not chasing customers anymore. Customers are being sent to you by your partners. And here's how to do it like a pro. Step 1, identify the partner. Look for businesses that interact with your ideal customer at a strategic point in their journey, upstream or downstream. For example, web designers to SEO agencies, realtors to moving companies, accountants to bookkeeping software providers, IT firms to cybersecurity vendors. All right, this is important. These businesses see customer changes before you do, giving them early access to people ready to buy. And then we define the trigger. Every referral system needs an event that signals this customer is ready to switch. This could be signing a lease, ending a contract, scaling the business, or moving locations. Once the partner knows the trigger, referrals become effortless and automatic. And then we also want to incentivize this process, okay? Offer a referral incentive that's easy to understand, time bound, and generous enough to stay top of mind. A flat fee, percentage, or recurring commission can work. Let's say you're a commercial cleaning company in New York City, your ideal referral partner, a commercial real estate broker. Your offer, $500 for every client they send who signs a contract. All right, this is very nice and simple, and it's an incentive to people for people to refer you to their services because they have skin in the game and you have skin in the game, and everyone profits out of this. All right, and that's how smart businesses scale without hustling. All right, let's recap the 5 ethical hacks you can start using today to turn your competitors' customers into your hottest leads. Use digital reconnaissance to locate frustrated customers already complaining about your competitors. Competitor keyword hijacking. Intercept high intent prospects searching for alternatives. The switching guide. Build trust and authority, eliminating fear of switching with your PDFs and your content. All right. The next one is the 4th hack, which is the 3-question filter. Weed out browsers, focusing on leads ready to buy. And we use the qualification filters. So we only talk to leads who are ready to buy. And the 5th hack is form non-competing referral partnerships that deliver pre-qualified leads on autopilot with no ads required. Now pause for a second and really think about this. Most businesses struggle for leads because they talk to the wrong people, spend money attracting cold prospects, try to convince people who aren't ready. You are no longer doing that. You know how to tap into a pre-existing stream of motivated customers, people who already spend money, already know what they want, and are already dissatisfied with their current provider. When you apply these 5 strategies together, you create a predictable system, one where leads don't just appear, they arrive pre-qualified, pre-motivated, and primed to buy. But here's the part you'll love. If you don't have time to build all of this yourself, you just don't have to. This is literally what I do and what my team does. We help businesses get verified leads who are ready to switch, ready to spend, and ready to talk. If you want instant deal flow instead of trial and error, click the links in the description below and let's get you plugged into a pipeline that delivers. Why spend weeks testing campaigns when I can hand you the leads tomorrow? If you found this video valuable, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because I drop strategies like this all the time that your competitors definitely don't want you to see. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.